Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to another video. So with Hawkeye being released recently on Disney Plus, I have Marvel on the brain and I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. And when I was trying to figure out what kind of Marvel themed video I could do today, I thought of the perfect thing. A while ago, I asked all of you to come up with your own Marvel OCs. And just like with all the OCs that we make on this channel, it's now time for me to review your Marvel OCs. Before we jump into it, I want to give a quick thank you to everybody who commented their characters. This comment section is massive and is filled with some amazing work. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to feature it all in today's episode, so if you want to read about more of these awesome characters, make sure to check out the other video. I'll link it in the description and I'll put an iCard up here. I'm never sure which side, I think it's this one. But go to that video, check out some of the characters that people made, and make sure to let them know that you loved it. And speaking of letting people know that you love things, make sure that you like this video, it always helps. And while you're down there, subscribe if you haven't already. All right, with all that said, let's jump into the video and check out your characters. All right, so the first thing we're gonna start with is gonna be a comment by Marlo Mars that really made me laugh while I was looking for some characters to review. They said, I would have super speed because I have asthma, so it'd be fucking hilarious. That really made me laugh. I love if like, take Mercari from the Eternals. If when she was fighting someone, she zooms in, she's like, pop, 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 pop. All right. I had to carry around an inhaler when I was younger, so I'd love to see a hero do it too. All right, the next up we have a character created by the Righteous Boys. All right, so for the name of this, we have Brayland, otherwise known as Wonderboy. They are 14 years old, African-American, they are slightly tall, and their costume is star-spangled like Captain America's, but with gold armor in the chest area and the leg area. Their powers are superhuman strength, durability, speed, super leap, flight, even though they rarely use that, resistant to most types of magic in the universe, they can hold their breath for a long period of time, they're very skilled in combat, and they're immortal. And they got these powers by having them bestowed onto them. As for weapons, they have an unbreakable sword and shield. They were trained by Lady Sif, nice, and Power Princess, awesome. Their mentor is either Lady Sif, Power Princess, or Captain Marvel. I love that. It's a really good team. As for their friends, it says that they're probably friends with most of the young Avengers, but especially Wiccan. Now, I love that. I think Wiccan is one of my favorite characters in the not MCU. I was gonna say MCU in the Marvel universe right now. I love his power set. I think he's cool. Plus, him and Hulkling are hella cute together. All right, and then their origin. This is pretty cool. They were sculpted from clay and brought to life with magic to be the protector of their homeland. That's sick. Well, Brayland or Wonderboy is an awesome character, and I would love to see a comic written about them. Good job, Righteous Boys. All right, then next up we have a comment by Matthew Kippis. Their character's name as a civilian is Matthew or Matt, and their other name is the Crimson Dragon. Already off to a cool start. What is your age? 15 years old. What is your race? Mutant. They're 5'8", 160 pounds. They have a prosthetic arms, heterochromia, so that's 2 different colored eyes, pale skin, fiery red scale-like hair, shark-like teeth, a tattoo of a dragon on their arm, a scar on their right eye, and dragon wings. This is sick. This sounds like a D&D character. As for their hero outfit, they would have basketball shorts with a yellow X on the side, no shirt, spiked gloves a la Batman. As for their powers, they say that they are basically the same powers as Aang and Korra from Avatar. Buddy, this is the right spot for you. You're on a Marvel video talking about Avatar. Welcome home. As for the question asking how they got their powers, they said classic X-Men mutant excuse. As for weapons, it says that their prosthetic arm has retractable claws and an arm repulsor, not unlike that of Iron Man. That's cool. That's cool. As for combat training, they are trained by their uncle Logan, Wolverine. They're mentored, of course, by their aunt Jean Grey, the Phoenix. They are friends with Spider-Man, of course. And now for their backstory. And for this character, they actually wrote it in first person. So I will be reading and donning the personality of the Crimson Dragon. Cue the epic music. When I was born, my parents took one look at me and decided they didn't want me. So they put me into foster care, which led to a very interesting childhood. I was bullied and called things like freak, lizard, among others. Eventually, I was brought in by a certain wheelchaired man, but I just called him Uncle Chuck. That feels disrespectful to call Charles Xavier Chuck. Professor Chuck. When I was brought into the school, I was introduced to my Uncle Scott, Cyclops, as you know him, Uncle Logan, Wolverine, and my Aunt Jean, Phoenix. I was 13 when I found out I had a second power, which I like to call elementalism. It was actually a few weeks ago when Uncle Logan asked me to join the X-Men, and I've been with them ever since. Matthew, that was a great piece of writing, and that was an awesome character. Thank you so much for sharing. I would love to see the Crimson Dragon in action. All right, then lastly, we have Harl's Games. Their character is named, they're not going to tell you, because that's their real name. respect the privacy. As for their age, they are 9 years old and they say, don't judge me for being young. Dude, heroes can be any age. Don't worry about it. As for their power, they have telekinesis, but with purple and black magic, like Wanda. They can also fly and use beams. And we'll add in a bit of telepathy and a blast and an ultimate power where I fly up in the sky with giant neon energy wings coming out of them as demon wings and energy horns. Then they glow really bright and can wipe out anyone they want in a simple shockwave. For weapons, they use knives that they control with their telekinesis. As for where their powers came from, they were born with them. Their mentor would be Wanda, who they say, Wanda, yes, my queen. Followed up by who would I befriend? Wanda Maximoff. Don't get it twisted. And as for this character's story, they actually wrote where the inciting incident is for their character's story arc. So we'll start there. One day, Blank was out and about and a big circle comes out of nowhere and a guy with some mystery power came out of it. Blank rushed out and suddenly their hands were glowing. From their glowing hands comes a shield. They were confused and in the confusion came a big explosion of magic. Another assailant comes and Blank flies away. They return to their house and put a protective spell around it and the big circle from before vanishes, and so do the two assailants, leaving Blank in his home to contemplate the fact that he has magic. Harles, this is a great character and a great story. Thank you so much for sharing. I think that this is super cool. And now before we end the video, I want to give some attention to this honorable mention. This is a character posted by somebody named Snick, and oh my gosh, it is such a good read. Unfortunately, I'm a slow reader and this is a long post, so I'm not going to read the entirety of it in this video, but I do want to tell you guys, go check it out. It's an awesome read. This is a really cool character. And Snick, if you're watching, thank you so much for posting. And that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for submitting your characters. If this inspired you to make one of your own, you can go to the other video and post it there, or even leave it here and I'll be looking excitedly for your response. I love creating characters of my own and it's so much fun reading about your guys's too. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As I mentioned earlier, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. And while you're down there, subscribe if you haven't already. We have a great little family here and you would look great in it. I'm gonna see you guys on Wednesday with our next Watch It Wednesday. If you don't know, Watch It Wednesday is where we pick a movie that we love, hate, or haven't seen yet and we watch it together. We're currently making our way through the golden era of Disney movies, and next up on the docket is Pinocchio. So make sure to check that out on Wednesday. I will see you all there. And until then, go do some good stuff. Later.